Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last video, we saw the save part. In this video, I'm going to teach about the how to view the records. So, how to view the records? First, we have to implement the things, which is first you have to write it here. First, we have to create the method, which is a get mapping. Okay, we have a get mapping. So, the get mapping, or get mapping, your request is coming slash get all students. Okay, so you have to write the public, you have to get the list of student details, so you have to implement the list. Okay, this one should be belongs to this one. We need all the records, so we have a student detail, right? So get this or paste it over here, right? So here we have to write get all students. You have to write students. That's it. You have to all press enter key to implement the class. This one also all press enter key to implement this namespace. Okay, right? That's the thing you have to write it. This is under the list is under the this package Java util list, right? Okay, right. Now what I'm going to do is here open and close bracket. Here write here list student DTO all students equal student service dot get all students return all students. Okay, so what I'm going to do is when the request is coming like this, what happens is we have to load the data from the DTO. This DTO we have got load the data. Okay, so here how to load the data, we have list. This is a list. Okay, so here what I did is the request is coming here. It goes to student service get all student. Okay, so what I'm going to get all student, we have to create the method here. Okay, the list of method data we have to get it. Okay, so here you have to implement the interface over here, right? Click on this, you have to implement that. You have to implement it like this simply. After that, what I did here is here I'm going to go to do the thing is you write list category, sorry, student DTO student, the student. Okay, so we get students equal student repo, yes, student repo dot find out. What I did here is when the request is coming get all, what happen is it goes to the repository. Repository means select all from the student detail, select all from student this student's table. You have to using this query to find the student via this entity. Okay, so we have to convert as an entity here. Okay, right. So what I did is after that find all the student details. We have to get this as a DTO format. So we have to write list student DTO, get the object student DTO list equal new array list, here you have to write it over here. You write the for loop for student. You have to create the object student. You have to write get, that call this get students. This get students you have to call it over here. After that we have to open bracket and close bracket. So I'll be explaining, don't worry. Here write it as a change it as a DTO format student DTO equal new student DTO. We have to make it as this one, get the record from the here student dot get student id comma student name comma student address comma student get phone. Okay, now what I'm going to see here, I'm going to student detail list, call it over here, dot add student detail. Return student detail list. Right. What I did here is, you can observe these lines. When the request is coming from the endpoint like this, it goes to the student service get all. So student service get all, it will implement the things. We have to we have to generate the code over here. This method coming here, we have to find all the records from via the repo, the query. So after that, what happen is, it will be repo will be communicate with the schema to the databases to load the data. Okay, load the data and put into the student. Okay, so after that we have created DTO list. DTO list means, why I created DTO list object here. List of the data we have received from the database, but we have to convert to DTO to show the data into the front end. So what I did here is, we have to create the this entity object student over here, and get student all mean we have to get all student details over here. After that, what I did here is, here we write the for loop. How many student records are available? We have for loop to loop it. After that, we have to convert as a DTO format. So again, we have to call this DTO object here. We have to get all the data, the student data from here. Okay, this student data. So we have to write it here student get student id, name and address and phone number. All things are, we have to get it from the database, and so we have to convert as a DTO list dot add. We have to call it here. All data is coming. We are written back to our front end. Right? That's the thing we have to write. It's coming here. If you show all student, it will show the record. Right? So let's run it off how the data is working or not. Let's run it. It's running. Let's check it. It's working. You can see. Let's go to the here. You have to write this, implement this simply. Copy this, paste it off it. Here I did the endpoint is coming with get our student. Paste it off here. This is a get mapping. Here is coming successful. We have already had two data. It is coming successful as a DTO format. Right? We have to understand the concept. This is very important stuff. How the thing is works. Okay, if you have any check, when the endpoint is coming, it is calling to the service. The service calling to the IMPL to list all the data and send back to our front end. That's the thing you create. Perfect. I hope you have understand fine of this one. Let's continue the update and delete stuff. That is very important stuff to make the program for implement the update and delete stuff. Right? So update and delete. First, what we are going to do is, here you have to make the same method. You just copied and pasted the same method. Here we have to make this one as an update. Here we have to change the thing is a update student, but the mapping is not a post mapping. Okay, this is a put mapping. When you update the record, it's a put mapping. Here this one should be the which DTO student update DTO. Here also we have to change this one as a DTO also. Change the type as student update DTO. Create the object student update DTO. Right. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is, it goes to the student, update student DTO. Update student DTO here. What is the record is coming here? Here, when the endpoint is coming, when once you make the change, it's coming here, passing to this method, update student method. Okay, so here I write it the student name. Oh, okay, you write update student name here. You write it here. The same thing you did it here. Create the method to here. Here we have to implement the functions IMPL. Click on this, implement the update method. That's the thing you write. Okay, update, right? Now the update function, what you're going to do is here, I'm going to go to do the thing is, if first you have to check the ID. If the when you update the record, first you have to check whether the student is exist or not. Okay, so if you have not going to add the new record, when the request is coming the update, the existing student details we are going to update it. So first we have to check whether the student is exist or not. Then only we will be able to update the record. Otherwise we can't update the record. First we have to check whether the student is exist or not. So how would we check it? So here you have to write it over here to check out the student is exist or not. Student repo dot exist by id. You have to write this update video dot get all student id. Right. First we have to check whether the student is exist or not in the database table. Whether the IDs exist or not. If the IDs exist, then only it goes over here. You have to create the object entity object student. It is checked through via the entity. Okay. So the why you are checked through the entity being this schema, the database, all the schema will be available here. Okay. This is a code written. Okay, it's code return formula. Okay, so here you have to know that here this is the query. It will be returned by the find all the student details. You already check it. Okay, this is the query not we are returned. The hibernate which will be return the code. The hibernate, right? So here we have to first check it. The repo student repo dot get by id. Here write the update DTO get by student id, right? Okay, so get by student id. So after that you have write it here the student object dot set student name. You have write update dot get student name, copy and paste it below. Set address get address get phone. Set phone. You have tried to set phone. You have tried to set method was there. Okay. Now here we have to what I'm going to do is after that we have write student. This is also student repo. Student repo dot save. Which one I'm going to save? This student save. Right? So else if the you have to stout, you have to write stout, you have to write the system.out.println student id not found. id not found. What I did here is if the IDs exist, so here what I'm going to do is take the ID and update the record. So when you update the record, get the record first. First we will be able to view the record. Best when you click edit button, the editable record will be passing to the form, then only we will be able to edit the record. Okay, when you edit the record, you have to write the set student. The get student, we have to write the set student. This is the property which will be setting. When you update the record, this property we have to call, then only we will be able to update the record. Okay, what are the changes you have made? After that, again you have to make the save, not update function is here, only save function. The repo which is the writing the query, update query, if you save, the existing record will be updated. That's the thing you have to write. Okay, so that's the thing you have to write. Now let me check it. Execute the code and check it. Check it back. What happened? Right. The core is executed successfully. You will be able to see the core is executed successfully without any error. So you have right here update code. So what I'm going to same thing, just copy it, put it another one. You have to write this one put method, implement the put method. This one should be update record. So you write the save this method. This all things are just copy it, paste it over here. Student ID. You try to get the ID and update the record. Get the ID and update the record. Okay, so what I did here is here this ID. Right. So the first ID I'm going to done it this one. This student I'm going to edit the things. So how to edit the things? Peter. Sorry, this one again 2 times I copied and pasted it. Peter James India USA phone number 121212. Click send button. Now why is output is not coming? Was there's any problem? Come in here and check it. Update code is written, but things will be check whether it's working fine or not. Refresh it. Come here and check it. Here it's working. Update GMC. It's working successfully. Okay, it's working successfully. Now let's check it back. Okay, it's working successfully. It's working. No problem. It's working. No problem. So we are written any values. That's why it's the value will be not going to here. You have written like this. It is coming here to here. Return to here. We have to change it here. Then it will be go. Right. So we have to execute the code and check it. Return student get name. Then only it will be returning as a student name. Let's check it. Now again you have to write it here. Peter James. Only James I am going to update. The same code. James only. Click send. Here James is successful. Okay, so here it goes here and get our student. Okay, James is successfully. We have to return student. Then not it will be go to the front end. Okay, we have understand the update query. Okay, now I'm going to make the delete part. I'm going to make the delete part. Okay, let's continue the delete part as well. So we have to go to the student controller. We have done the delete mapping. We have to do the delete mapping. The delete mapping. Copy this, paste it below. You have to make this one as a delete mapping. You have to make this the delete mapping. Okay, so write it over here. So to implement the delete mapping, this one should be boolean type, boolean delete student id int id. We'll check it. So here, sorry, not here. Sorry. controller we haven't implemented. Sorry, this one not like this. So we have to make simple problem. So here we have to write the delete mapping. So we have to write a code is a delete mapping. The API is coming delete. Here we have to make the path variable here ID. Path variable we have to write in the Spring Boot application like this. What's the ID is coming here? According to the ID record will be deleted. Okay, so here you have to make this one as a you have to make it a string. Boolean also we can, but we have to make it a string. Delete student. Here make it as a whatever is path variable. It's a path variable. You have to call it as path variable. Path variable value equal ID int ID. What's the ID is coming here? This ID is set up here. It is value it's assigning here. After that, what I'm doing here is here boolean type. If it is true, record is delete. If it is false, it's not delete. So we delete student equal student service dot delete student so I delete student. Here what's the ID is coming? This ID is coming. This ID I put it over here. Okay, so after that what I'm doing here is return. To write the message only we need that you have to delete that record delete that. Okay, now this method what's the ID is coming here, it passing to here, it's coming here. What I'm going to do is click on this, click on the bulb symbol, create the method there, student service. This method your implementation you have to do it here, go here, it asks to implement that method. Okay, this method you implemented, you have to implement it over here, get the ID and delete the record. Get the ID, you have to delete the record. So how to delete the record? We can't delete the record here. We have to go to the, you have to call the first, you have to call student repo dot if the ID is exist or not. This is the code. This is here repo. This is the code we have written. Select all from student name, student table, which is student, where the ID is coming here. The repo. This is the code checker. Right. So after that, if it is ID is exist, we have to delete the ID by the repo dot delete by ID. Here you have to call this ID, record is deleted. Otherwise, we have to call it the same method, the start which is a student ID not from. That's a thing we have to write. I hope you can understand the things well. Okay, right, now let's back and check it. Now here, what I'm going to do is call this one, copy this, paste it over here, delete one, to write like this. Okay, we have to write the ID 1, or put it the request here, the delete mapping. The API set it like this. Pathway, okay. So let's click send button. The record is deleted. Now let's back and go here and search it. Here, record has been deleted. Thank you for watching. We have completed the student stuff. In next video, we have talk about the teachers. Thank you.